This is Matt for Boxing Social in association with William Hill and Empire Fight Store. Delighted to be joined by Linus Udofia. Linus, it's been a while. How's things?
Yeah, very well, very well. I cannot complain. How are you? How's things with you?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. Liverpool just hammered Man United 7-0, so I'm in a very good place mentally at the minute. Yeah, no real complaints. I feel like it's been a while, but you finally got a fight date booked in. York Hall, 25th of March. Bit relieved to be back in the mix.
Yeah, of course. Inactivity is horrible for anybody at any point in their life. And the last 10 months have been quiet, and yeah, I can't really afford to do it. I can't really afford to not be active, especially after a fight like that. British title, live on Channel 5, good display. You know what I mean? Like, I can't really afford to not be active. I can't really afford to just, kind of wait around and sit around for people. So it was always a plan to get back out there. We had some contractual issues with our old promoters, and when that was over, then we had to work on some things. We worked on some fights. Things kept on not materializing, and now we back to small hall for a bit, and to come back where it all started at York Hall, March 25th, and just to get it's been like 10 months. So I just wanted to get active again. I just wanted to get fighting.
You had obviously you had a cracking fight, which a lot of people thought could have gone either way, could have gone to yourself. Like I say, and we know what Denzel's been on and done since. He's cracked on. I know he's back defending his British soon on a Frank Warren show. Is it annoying that you've not been able to maybe capitalise on that momentum? Because your name was in a lot of people's mouths who were talking about what a great performance it was. I know you were gutted with the loss, but sometimes a loss isn't always doesn't move you down. It can lift you up. A bit annoying that you jump on the back of that defeat and move on quicker.
Yeah, like you said, it's it was one of those. It was really disappointing to not capitalize with off the momentum. A lot of that was not in our control. A lot of that wasn't in our control. It would have been nice to capitalize on it, because I think we would have, and we still will. But we would have done it earlier. You got to look at it like this. You said Denzel's gone on to fight. By the time I fight, he would have fought 3 times. So, do you know what I mean? Like, I could have been on the same trajectory in a sense of I could have had those fights. I could have, had whatever fight I had after, whether it was a high level or comeback fight, whatever it would have been, and I could have still been in the mix in that sense. And it's been disappointing to not have capitalized over that with that momentum. However, we're here, we're back now, and this is right now all that matters.
What can we expect to see from you on the 25th? We're looking at explosive performance. Is it just about shaking it out again kind of thing, because it's been a while? What type of performance can we expect off you?
Yeah, it's been a long time. I've been out of the ring, but it has been a long time since I've been out of the ring. And I've been training, but training, sparring, all of that, it's not the same. Realistically, I just want to shake the ring rust off and just see where I am physically, and then kind of throw my name back into that mix. So I just want to get in, fight, and get out safely, and not ever need banana skins. That's where my head is. I just want to get back in the ring and kind of hear that noise again, feel that buzz again of just being in the ring.
Well, you'll definitely get that at York Hall. If no one's been, the people who haven't been. Brilliant atmosphere always at York Hall, no matter what the show is. It's a good vibe. Is the plan for you then? Obviously, you show out, do your thing at York Hall, look good doing it, and then try align yourself with a specific promoter. Obviously, we know you've left your previous promoter in Wasserman. Is that the plan for you to sort of say, look, I'm here, someone offer me something, and we can go?
Yeah, I believe, there's different stages of everyone's career where, you're the sought after, where I was, after my last fight with Bentley, I was sought after. And then, where contractually there was not much I could have done after that. There's not much I could have done. There was, being careful here, there's not much I could have done, and, I had to just kind of let it play out how it played out. And now, where I haven't really been active, it's not very attractive. No one knows where I'm at. No one knows where I am since then. It's been a long time. So a lot of people are kind of holding and biting their tongues. And now I have to just kind of come back in and remind everyone that I'm still in this mixture, in this name, when you chuck all these names into the hat. And that's where I feel right now. I don't really think there's no such thing as a sure thing in life, let alone in boxing. And I've just kind of got to create my own opportunities, and that's what I intend to do after this.
So this performance for you, although you're just coming back into the mix, it's vital for you that this goes to plan and that you look good doing it, so that you can not put yourself on the market, but give everyone that thing of, you know what, you just remember Linus is still involved in this. He's still a name in the mix of, you know, middleweights who are going to go on and want to challenge for titles, want to challenge for.
Yeah, no, this is 100% putting your name in the market. There's no such thing. We're not even, you know, let's not be vague about it. It's black and white. You know, I'm pretty sure I've dropped out of the top 10 in the rankings now. And, you know, that's not a place I feel comfortable being. I belong on bigger stages. I belong up there in the top 10. I can live up there, and so I've proved that. However, I need to keep proving that. I need to keep knocking on these doors, and I need to keep having these impressive performances and then winning them. So it's not, you know, I'm not going to be vague about it at all. I need to be marketable. I need to make people want me. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it's very vital. Like you said, 100% is very vital that I not only win, I look good doing it.
When you look at the current landscape as well of the names that you could end up fighting, I mean, Mark Efron, there's like your Danny Dignams, obviously Denzel again, he's defending his British belt. I know you would love a crack at the British again, but you never know what could happen. What's the like first sort of goalpost for you? Like, what's the first target in terms of that? Obviously, you mentioned there about promoters and stuff, but in terms of picking up titles, you're going to be you were so close to one. It feels almost
Yeah.
like, you know, I've got to work your way all the way back up.
Yeah, of course, and that is what it is. You know, that is the consequence of, you know, not winning at that level. You know, not winning at that point. You kind of almost got to start again. However, we can't get hung up on that particular title. We got to look for what's out there. It's all about opportunities, risk, reward. All these things have got, all these things have got on a line. All these things have got a line and make sense. And not even that. There's, you know, look, titles are great. Titles are part of it. Titles are stepping stones, but there's also big fights out there. There's a lot of big fights out there. You know, Liam Williams is looking for a fight in summer. I'm looking for a big fight in summer. It's, you know, right, you know, there's loads of names out there. There's loads of names out there. You know, I mean, I know Liam personally, and it's a fight that makes sense for both of us. We both had losses. We both had, I would have had my comeback. He would have had his comeback. And it's just something that makes sense. But there's a lot of names out there, not just Liam, just there's loads of names out there.
Yeah, you mentioned Liam there. Obviously, he had that. I think his comeback fight. It was at York Hall. I think it was around. It was on the Harlem Eubank undercard. I think. And he was impressive. Obviously, it looked a lot better than he did in the Chris Eubank fight. So realistically, though, is that a fight that can be made for, say, the summer? One after you get this one out the way, build your way back in, build up to that fight. That's a great fight.
Yeah, I don't. You know what I mean? I don't see why not. There was. You know, that fight should have happened. Well, you know, that fight was talked about last year around October time on the Conor Ben Chris Eubank undercard. And obviously that, you know, that whole card never went ahead. But that fight, imagine, you know what I mean? So that would have been the warm up. That would have been the obviously the headlines, Chris Eubank and Conor Ben. And then, you know, you had Udofia, Liam Williams. It just, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's a good fight. It's a good fight. It's been sniffed at, and you know, there's big fights out there. There's big fights out there. That's just, you know, there's a lot of fights out there. There's a lot of good fights out there. But you know, titles are great and titles come, but opportunities and things like that, we got to look at it and see what happens. You know, a lot of networks would take that on. A lot of networks would take that on because that fight sells. That fight sells in Cardiff. You know what I mean? It sells a lot. It sells in London as well. And it's just, you know, we're both known. We're both well known. And it's not always, obviously titles would be nice, but it's not always about titles. The big fights is what the fans want. It's what is good for our careers as well. You know what I mean? A lot of people get hung up on titles. But remember, there's only one. And how many people are going for it? You know what I mean? It's just, if the timing don't work out, then what are you going to do? We're going to wait. You're going to keep waiting. We're going to keep wasting our careers waiting around.
I think that's maybe like a lesson you lose. A lesson you learn. Like with you obviously you had your fight for your title. You took an L, but it's one of them where you either sit around and wait for another crack at one, or like you said, throw yourself into the deep end and say, let's just have these big fights now while we're still active, while you're still in your prime.
Yeah, just get. You know, how I look at it is just get on with it. just get on with it. You know, like there's a lot of big fights out there. You know what I mean? Like and these fights can propel you further than going for that title. Could you imagine? Let's say imagine a world where we're fighting, me and Liam end up fighting in summer. No disrespect to him, when I say this, but if I win that fight, yeah, like if I win that fight, I could, that in theory should surpass me past British, and then next thing you know, you're going to be looking at European onwards. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? There's fights like that. So like, I don't know. I think titles are great, and titles can be revisited. Look at Denzel. He's gone and fought for world, and then come back to it. He can be revisited. There's no point. And again, you do learn this after a loss. Like, unfortunately, but it's a valuable lesson. I think waiting around for a title could be very detrimental. Waiting around could be very detrimental. There's fights out there. You know, obviously, advocate. Just make sure you get paid well. But I don't think you know. I mean, waiting around for a title isn't everything. There's only ever one, and there's a long list. There's a long list of people. And when you lose, you really fall down the pecking order.
When you mentioned the likes of Liam Williams, obviously it was in with Chris Eubank Jr. What did you make of the fight between Chris and Liam Smith, though? Did you expect that to happen?
No, but I knew Liam Smith was always going to be an issue. He's a very, very, very seasoned, very, very good fighter, very, very well schooled fighter. And I did say if Chris Eubank takes his, he can beat Liam Williams. You know what I mean? He beats Liam Williams, in my opinion. He beats Liam Williams comfortably, and you can actually force a stoppage. However, if he takes his eye off it, and even remotely tries to disrespect him in a sense to take the piss, it could be long for him. And I said if he even takes him easy a little bit, it's a long night for him. And what happened? He got caught, and it was too much. I think it evened out the playing field a little bit. The middleweight division has been shuffled a little bit. However, whether they do a rematch or not, what's going to happen? I think it's good for boxing that fights like this happen. I think it's good for boxing that upsets like this happen. And I think it just shakes things up a bit. It just means more people will fight more people. You know what I mean? A Eubank fight might not have been attainable for like the top 10 of that middleweight division, but now all of a sudden he is. Do you know what I mean? And a Smith fight, you know what I mean? All these fighters, it just makes it a little bit more. It makes the playing ground a little bit even.
100%. Well, it's been really good catching up with you, Linus. We're looking forward to seeing you back out in the ring doing your thing. Been a hell of an absence from the ring, but I know you wanted to be more active. You know, not down to yourself, but let's see you back now and get yourself thrown back in the mix, and obviously align yourself with a new promoter, and I'm sure there'll be big things for you in the back end of this year.
Yeah, no, of course. It's been you know what I mean. The time I've been out of the ring hasn't been wasted. I've been in the gym more or less every day, been working. I've been doing this. Obviously, it's never the same. It's incredibly detrimental to the career to just not be active, especially when I'm entering my prime years. You know what I mean? And you know, it's very detrimental to the career. So it'll be good to get back in the ring, and I just want to really get active. I want to really just get the fights in, get the fights out. Obviously, have the fights that make sense, and I believe at this level, and it's kind of, you know, Bentley fight showed it, but there's a lot more to me than just a Bentley fight. There's a lot more to me than that. There's a lot more to go, and it's robbing not only the public but the British public. It's like seeing a lot of great fights, and I mean, I want to be part of them. I was part of one last year, and I want to be part of some more. I mean, this is what we got into the game for. I want to be the best, and I need to fight those big names to be the best. I need to fight some of the best fighters in the division to be the best. So, you know, I mean, I just want to be in the mix. I want to be in the mix this year.
100%. And a loss doesn't define anyone's career. We've seen that over and over again. Linus, I appreciate you talking to Boxing Social, and we'll catch up soon, hopefully in person next time.
Definitely, man. Thanks for talking to us, mate.
Anytime.